Yeah, he has.
But the good one. I mean,
They're all good, dude.
the latest one where he said, this, the community leaders, and this is the last I'm ever gonna talk
Oh
about it.
yeah, that was
It
a
was,
really good one.
it was so done for that he deleted it.
What?
So but it's still on the internet. You just have to go to Eris's old stream where he streamed it on his.
Oh.
Oh shit, that's
Rip
tight.
that shit, Aris. Rip it now.
Huh. Man, internet, it's Thursday. What's up, everybody? You're watching ATP Live. My name's Eris, and we got the usual suspects here. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Of course, we have Ricksta barely at the edge of dinner. I mean, I feel like he has to scarf his shit down to be on the show, so appreciate that. Man, I always think about what you're eating. What is it again? Beef something?
Chicken stew, actually. There's no beef in
Chicken
here.
stew. Sounds weak. All right. What's up with the face, Rip?
No, I didn't. Skype updates itself so much. I didn't know you
Dude,
could move
I
around
know,
video.
I know,
of, like,
dude.
Other people.
There are ads that pop up now too, so I could be chilling whatever. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's talk about, you went to Comic-Con, right?
I did.
There must be, okay, first of all, did you see anything cool, like any weird butts or any...
There was this really hot ESL girl, and like she had a mic herself, and as she did that, her skirt came up. So that was a weird butt.
Nice. Cool. It's interesting how that came immediately to mind. I felt like we were going to talk about that in the intro of the show if I asked or not. Did anything significant happen? Anything cool? I know they announced Ken, and
right.
It looks cool to me. I think it looks great. I'm like, I was talking about this earlier, right, on stream, but Ken to me is the epitome of lame, whack, uncool characters in Street Fighter. I mean, he is just the most boring. His name is Ken. He's like a white. He's like Barbie's, Ken. Ken. It's super boring, right? Just an American guy that copies Ryu, except he has fire everywhere, right? And the fact to me that they made me hype about Ken is pretty impressive, right? I saw Ken, I was like, okay, that's kind of weak, but it looks new, and that's nice, right? Immediately, that's what I thought. Like, oh, they changed it around, because, Ryu, he doesn't look that changed. Ken, I'm thinking, okay, looks cool. Then they started showing all the air hurricanes, and I'm thinking, wow, this looks really cool. Way cooler than I thought. So... to me, I'm really surprised, first of all, that they were able to take a character that I normally would be like, boo, reverse Goro this bitch, out of here. But I'm pretty hype about Ken. You tell me what you saw. Did you get to play? Let's hear the story.
Okay, so I didn't go to Comic-Con, right? I went to just the Mad Catz area.
Oh.
A little bit of a bummer there, right? But I did watch the Ken trailer, and I did watch some gameplay of Ken. Have you seen the Ken gameplay yet?
Yeah.
Because the run shit that he has is sick.
No, I heard about that. I haven't heard. Tell me about it.
So he's like, in Street Fighter 5, everyone has a V skill, right? Like some reflect projectiles, some absorb projectiles, whatever. Ken's V skill allows him to cancel his normals into a run or cancel a run into a normal or something like that, right? So anyway, it looks basically like he's running around the screen a whole lot, going into throws and stuff. So
like Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, it looks like MKX almost. It's pretty crazy. So for me, when I first played Street Fighter 5, I was like, man, it almost feels kind of slow right now because I'm coming from MKX where there's this run button. And then now I see Ken, I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy looking. So it's pretty interesting because he seems way more mobile than the other characters. And it's almost like that's what they gave him to simulate like car grabs and that sort of stuff that he had before. So it's interesting. It's really well done, and I really like how they changed up his hair and shit. And just made it
hate his hair.
Different. Of course, but I just like that they did it. Like,
right.
That's
what I'm saying. It's not really about
exactly
where his haircut was done. It's more about that it looks new and
looks like Chris Jericho and shit. It's so stupid. You don't know who Chris Jericho is?
Look, but the point is, like, it's Street Fighter. It's like one of their most iconic characters. Like, you know what? Whatever. We're gonna do whatever we want, and you guys are gonna buy this shit anyway, And we don't keep it with the same costume that you've seen every year.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying, dude. If I saw another Red Gi with another Ellen DeGeneres looking haircut, I was gonna be so fucking pissed off. At least it's new, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm happy about. If they had done, even if they had done those weird poop-looking bangs and shit on Paul's head, people would have been so happy if they made Paul just look a little bit different. We don't want to see that same Red Gi, and the same old shit. And I think it's kind of a homage, or I don't know if it's a homage, but to me it reminds me of T4 Paul, where he's got the shit around his waist and, his hair's down. I kind of like it, and like I said, Ken sucks. So, impressed.
Somebody told me that Alpha Ken had hair like that, or like some kind of
Alpha Ken had long hair, and he kind of had like this weird ponytail where it was like a mullet. The front was exposed, I guess. It didn't look like this though.
Okay.
In Alpha, it was long, like
okay,
and not like. It looks clearly like they have a direction this time. Like the bangs are really like each strand is kind of. It looks like clay. It kind of looks like clay to me, or like a toy. So
yeah. The game has that look up close too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I said that when we played it at E3. The game looks like they're little dolls. I even mentioned it on that podcast that night. What's her name? Cammy. Her face looks like it's made of porcelain in that game. So I mean, yeah, they all look like dolls to me, and Ken is no different. But he looks cool. The flames look great. Overall, I'm impressed. Is there anything? Oh yeah, they teased that a new character, right, or another character. Some people are saying was that Akuma. Some people are saying was that Sean. I don't know. I saw a picture of Sean, and of all that must be Akuma's, of all those types of things, it looks most like Sean to me. But whatever, it looks cool. I don't know.
Doesn't look anything like Sean to me.
The evil Sean, right? Like someone posted a link of some picture of who gives a fuck. I don't even give a shit about this until it comes out.
Yeah, I mean,
but it exists.
Maximilian tweeted out that he bets it's a character from New Zealand because the new stage they revealed that has sheep on it is a New Zealand stage apparently.
They revealed a Brazil stage too, though, right?
And
Sean's from Brazil.
Ooh, could be.
There's two new stages. One is New Zealand, which has sheep, which kind of reminds me of the Tekken 6 stage, and the other one is like a favela type of a stage from Brazil. Those favela looks like on the mountainside with like the big statue that's
like
doing
Bad
the praise
Boys
of the sun.
do when they're like
yeah, that type of a stage. So I mean, you never know what they're gonna do. There's also the potential of it being a lot of other characters, right? Brazil is Blanca. Brazil is other characters too. I don't remember.
I think you just named them all.
No, there's another one too. Isn't Oro's stage in Brazil as well? I think it is.
Oh yeah, is it? Yeah.
Yo,
yeah, you
what
might be right.
Oro?
It could be Oro. Who knows who it is?
Holy
It could
balls.
be Oro.
Oh, yeah, Oro and Sean share the same stage, so.
Oro and Sean do. And wait a minute, doesn't Oro have yellow eyes? But it can't be him. That guy's got like dreadlocks. Maybe he's wearing a hood.
Maybe Oro had hair. Maybe this is like before Third Strike, right?
Before
he lost his hair.
I don't know. Listen. The bottom line, the game's hype, right? The game's sick. They keep unveiling characters that I'm supposed to be like, boo, fuck Ken. But I'm like, oh, man, how did they do that? It's like I feel like I'm getting tricked. The game looks pretty sick, I haven't heard anybody say they don't like it, in terms of the game looking good or being excited about the game. Speaking of which, have you guys gotten your pre-orders? Because I haven't.
I have not either. I don't know. Yeah, where to get it from, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's because I want to pre-order it and then cancel
return. Yeah, because
once I get my bid,
we're gonna get our copies from local stores, right? So we support the local brick and mortar motherfuckers. So I say we screw someone over. Let's screw over GameStop, right? So I'll get it from GameStop.
I don't want to pay full price though.
You don't have to. You can $5 pre-order it.
Can you?
Yeah. All you gotta do is give them $5.
Yeah.
But I have to go in the store to actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the store and be like, yo, what up?
I don't want to talk to those nerds.
See, but what I was thinking was like, if you pre-order it from PSN, you don't need a DLC code, right? Like if you pre-order from Amazon and GameStop, whatever, they're gonna email you a code, and if they gotta email you some shit, I feel like they're gonna get that shit to you late. So I'm like, if I want to get it as soon as possible, I think I gotta pre-order from PSN.
Yeah, but the problem is, I don't think you can return it, right?
Yeah, how are you gonna return it?
Probably not. Probably not.
And so that's where you get super fucked.
Well,
I guess.
Wow, baller rip, huh? Okay. Well, your strats are weak.
I'm not baller.
You're just gonna buy an extra copy of the game just because you want to play the.
Not an extra copy of the game. I would just buy that one copy.
But how do you know they'll let you pre-order it for just $5 on PSN?
No, they won't.
I'm just gonna buy it now. Then whatever. I'm still gonna play the damn thing.
I don't know. One of us is not following each other, but I think if you pre-order it on PSN, you can't return it.
Yeah, basically Rip is saying is that he's just gonna buy it on PSN, and then while we all get it a couple days earlier, he's gonna sit at home and wait for Tuesday to come around so he can download it.
I don't know. I'm probably either going to get it from GameStop or Amazon if it turns out that Amazon's return policy is good, because usually Amazon's pretty solid about all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Either way, that's sick, man. I'm super excited about that. And, you know, this, I got to, okay, are we through with this issue? Did anything cool happen at Anime Expo? Anything about Street Fighter 5? Or,
Anime Expo.
what's
Anime
it called?
Expo
Anime Con? I forget.
Yes.
You're actually right. Anime Expo did happen. And
Oh,
nothing
cool.
else
What is Anime Expo?
It's a place
don't
where a
know.
bunch of
I've never
Beals
been there.
go, and
Ooh, Beal
you know,
congregation.
Beals
yeah.
and Commandos.
lots of wall scroll
The
motherfuckers.
Mark
Whoa,
Man.
lots of wall scrolls. Okay, I'm listening.
And a lot of females.
Cool. That sounds cool. What are the wall scroll guys doing there then?
I don't
Looking
know.
at the females and stinking up the
Probably
joint.
what they're doing.
Stinking up the joint.
Using the wall scrolls to cover their nether regions. Yeah.
Gross.
Gross.
Okay, did any of you go to that?
No.
Cool. All right. Let's get to the big announcement, dude, because Namco has been talking. We talked about it on the show, too, last week, how they were talking about this big. They were talking about how big this shit was going to be. It's so big, right? The word big was used.
Huge.
Huge, yeah, huge. So it was announced that Namco will be holding. Let's see if I can find it. Is it somewhere around here? Here it is, right? King of the Iron Fist Tournament 2015. That was the big announcement. They're gonna give away a ton of money. I don't know how much, but the
$80,000.
$80 million. So cool, right? We like the idea of this. We've talked about Namco Cup multiple times, how they should really do a Namco Cup. Good idea, but wait a minute. Bad timing, right? Because it's happening this year. And,
Top 2 from Evo get a spot.
top 2 from Evo get a spot. But wait a minute here. We don't really have that.
Okay.
Skal du fortælle lidt om, hvad det går ud på?
Jamen, det vi for eksempel kan finde på at gøre, det er at ligge på
It's
fucking
cut off.
ude foran Christianer for eksempel.
This video,
Og så når der kommer
I
sådan
saw
en
this
flok
the other day.
taberhash fra,
So
med den for vildeste grineren på, gående forbi. Så springer vi frem, tager deres falafel, og så trykker vi deres ribben.
He's so
Hvad
pissed
gør I så,
off
når I har
about
trykket
this
deres
tournament
ribben?
that he fucks up his whole bag of Cheetos over this
Så
shit.
knipper vi dem, mens
Why
vi
is he
sprøjter
wearing that
heroin
mask?
i øjnene
He's
på
a
dem.
fucking gangster,
se,
dude.
hvor
Just
fucking
like all
nedtur en
other
narko
chicks.
kan
Look at
være.
him. Ooh, and he
Hash og heroin er jo ikke det samme.
This is what Speed Kicks is doing right now.
This guy is pissed. You know, a lot of people are pissed. A lot of people are pissed. Look at his. Look at the whole Cheetos.
I'm a fan of the headbutt and then the wind goes at the end.
First of all,
The win was
let
really
me
good.
say that this guy's YouTube channel, Arsenalty, I never heard of it once, but that video made me laugh my fucking ass off. When he was like, but what about the tournament? And he just looks at her and was like, are you serious? Boom! Headbutts that shit. I mean, it was like perfect, you know? I could see a lot of people's frustration. It makes sense. On the other hand, right, it's something that we've talked about that we want for a really long time. When asked about it, I saw Michael Murray said, you know, on Twitter, he said that, you know, it's the arcade division that's putting forward this money, and it's not necessarily taking away from what would happen in the future, you know? So that doesn't mean this could be Namco Cup 2015, and there could be a Namco Cup 2016, you know? I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I'm just saying that, you know, this is basically, in their eyes, this is a huge deal for them, but it's still kind of geared towards the Japanese, Asian arcade market. The fact that they're giving 2 spots away to Evo top 2 is weird. I don't really know what the rationale is to that, because we know that at least, what, are 5 to 10 Japanese guys coming?
Way more than that.
Yeah, and now we're finding out that exactly, maybe Koreans could be coming. Maybe
There are Koreans.
Yeah, they've already been announced. I don't know. I'm not on the cutting edge.
It's JDCR insane.
Right? JDCR, Saint, fucking lots of competitors will be here for Tekken 7. And the idea that, okay, they're giving an American tournament 2 spots, yeah, on paper that is true, but it's kind of like, I don't know. You guys jump in and help me out. I'm
It's kind of
sinking
like,
here.
hey, you came to get the pot bonus and the spots to your tournament,
Right? I mean,
Okay.
what are the chances? What are the chances that a non-Japanese or Korean will win or get second? What are 0%?
0.
0%? 0%. You know how you've been around tournaments your whole life and shit, and you know how brackets could work, and you're saying 0%?
0.
Ricky, you think 0?
To win?
Let,
Hell no.
let me
Top
ask you
two.
this.
Top two.
Top
Top
2?
two.
No. I predict at best 1 American in top 8. That's it.
One American in top 8.
I said at best 2 Americans in top 8.
And if there's 2, they're both going to be in losers, and they're both 7th place. That's how I see it. That's exactly how I see it. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say 0 because, you know, it's always like there's always like a 10-1 matchup in the UFC, and then boom, knockout comes out of nowhere, and it happens.
You can
right?
Nancy Kerrigan your way to top 2, maybe.
Yeah, it happens, but the chances are so low, right? And it's like, it's peculiar, you know? Why are they giving these 2 spots away at EVO? Is it just for written on paper? Like, I don't know. Why give the 2 spots to EVO?
It's the biggest tournament, of the year, and this is. I mean, if you really want to go down that route, it's like, why does Evo get so much anyway?
Well, I mean, but
I'm saying for Tekken 7 specifically, like,
yeah,
because, like this is Tekken 7's debut tournament at Evo.
mm-hmm.
The country doesn't have it, and they're gonna throw a big $30,000 pot bonus at it as well. So why does Evo get any of that really? Like. It's still a game that we don't have access to, really.
Yeah,
we're
this
getting
brings
this now, today,
right,
tomorrow, right?
Right. Okay. There's so much to talk about, but this reminds me of that tournament that they had. It was like you won, right? You won a tournament for Tekken 6 before Tekken 6 was out. The difference.
2009.
Yeah, in 2009. Now the difference between that tournament and this one was very minor, but basically very similar in the sense that the game wasn't available yet to the mass public. The only real difference between that tournament and this one was that one was free to enter, and you didn't enter in the traditional way where you sign up for EVO, get a badge, and enter. You know?
The other difference is that the finals were on a Sunday.
Yeah, and finals were on Sunday, but it was only top 3 or something,
Top
right?
4.
Top 4. So yeah, there was. I mean, it's similar, but what did the winner get for that one?
I got qualified into the national tournament. And I got, I think, like a PlayStation 3.
Right?
I think I got a PlayStation 3, and I got a Vita, and something else.
Yeah, a lot less than 30,000, right?
Yeah, a little less.
But this time there's 30,000 in there, and do you know how far down it's split?
No, they said, when I asked that, like the day it got announced, and Markman said they were gonna reveal that soon, and they, as far as I know, they haven't yet.
Huh. Well, Killer Instinct is split down to 32. Do we know any other games that are split down to 32? Confirmed?
There's that. I didn't even think about this.
I think Mortal Kombat X is split somewhere down, but I don't know how far it goes.
I don't know what Mortal Kombat is actually, but it could be. I think the funniest thing is that pot bonus that that Justin Wong is trying to raise from Marvel, that little GoFundMe thing.
Mm-hmm.
He says that he's dropping that down to I think top 16. Or something like that.
Well, how much did they raise?
I don't know. I never checked.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know.
I think the Street Fighter 4 pot is maybe top 32, top 64 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it should be split out that much, and I even think that Tekken should be split out that much, right? I mean, I think you should give the players, even if it's very little, I think you should give them some money back for getting that far. Especially in a game, it's kind of hard to practice, right? There are some people who I can't wait to watch Tekken 7 because there are going to be some people who clearly are good and the other people who are so bad. It's going to be just like slobber knockers. It's going to the initial pools and then the semis are going to be just like people are going to be butthurt, I think. People are going to be real butthurt. And it should be fun to watch, because these guys are fucking pros. They're going to come over here and destroy these, one-day noobs. It was also announced that initially they were planning on having more stations, I think, but it turns out that they have less than they were planning, so they had to run some pools on Friday, which is another really unfortunate.
most of the pools are
Yeah,
on
most
Friday.
of the pools are on Friday. I think
See?
it was because of the number. It was the number of units that they had plus the number of entrants. Like they didn't
Entrance.
expect to get the that many.
I think it's everything though. I think it's also just like
Scheduling
the
of
whole
everything.
whole schedule. Yeah, just the
Yeah.
number of players in total with everything and the scheduling of all that.
Yeah, it's really
And I
interesting.
know a lot of people are upset about it too. Obviously.
Yeah, dude,
because-
lots of people are upset, man. That's the thing. I mean, this is the thing that happens when okay, so I'm sitting here, I'm not really following that closely, but on my ears out, I'm listening. Something like this drops, people start hitting me up. Aris, dude, what did you hear about this? People are pissed. That's how I got this fucking link over here about this guy fucking up his bag of Cheetos. You know, I mean, people are real pissed, right? And I mean, he's so pissed. He headbutts as soon as she says, "What about the tournament?" He's like, "Are you serious? Are you seriously asking me about the tournament? I'm gonna lose it here." You know? I mean, it's
Yeah.
like people are mad, and I'm not that mad, right? I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
are you mad personally?
I'm actually not mad. You know, it's funny. Actually, I talked to Michael Murray briefly today, and about it. You know, he's talking about how people are mad, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing that I told him, like I understand it now. I'm not really that mad about it at all. Like, because at first when it happened, I was like, oh, what the hell? And then it was like, meh. You know, it's not like because I feel like even say it's $80,000, right? Whatever. I mean, are you actually gonna win? Because that's what the majority of the money's going. Like, what place are you actually looking at getting when all these guys are gonna be here? You know, like
Yeah, but you
a
know,
lot
it's
of
not
people trying
about.
that aren't even possible.
I think
places.
that throwing down $80,000 on a tournament isn't about making the one person who wins happy. It's about making this group of people who love your game happy. And I think that it could be used or allocated in better ways. You know? I mean, think about how many people, when this big announcement dropped, how many people were smiling and how many people were frowning on the globe, right? On the planet, how many people did you make frown? You made a lot of people frown. And these are the same people that love Tekken. So, I don't
Yeah.
know. I said, I'm not that pissed, but a lot of people are really pissed.
The way I looked at it was they announced it on the official Tekken project Twitter, whatever, right? That there was gonna be this huge announcement. Harada made some tweet about this gonna be a huge announcement in English, so that felt like okay, something big is happening.
Yeah.
And Harada's fans aren't necessarily just tournament fans, right?
No.
I mean, he's got a ton of followers on Twitter, etc., and then not just tournament fans. Now, when I think of Tekken or most competitive fighting games, I think like, this is the big ass picture of the entire game, and the competitive scene is this tiny little dot right here, right? So then they were like, here's this big ass announcement, everyone here, but it's only applied to these people.
Yeah.
And then from these people, only these people have access to the game.
Precisely.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow. So I think that was the problem.
And it's a big, as they said it's super big, right? $80,000 is like, what's the biggest prize pot ever for any game named Tekken ever, right?
Nowhere near that.
Not even close. Maybe 10,000. What is it? 20
10.
tops.
20 at
I mean,
Comic-Con that 1 year, right?
we're probably gonna get the most right now next week with 30K.
30K, right?
By the end of the year.
And we're talking $80,000. That's a fucking shitload. You know?
Technically, it's like a million yen or some shit like that. So it has a much better ring to it when you translate it from yen.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. And, a lot of people are butthurt. Like I said, the silver lining is that, first of all, Namco is treating the competitive scene seriously. There is now a Namco Cup. In a perfect world, ideally, though you might really, really not want to, if you support something like this, it should come back annually. I mean, at least Sega Cup did twice, right? I would like to think that with Namco already having Tekken 7 coming down the pipeline, they would be down to have a Namco Cup 2016. This is probably something that will happen again. So that's the only silver lining I can see there. We've basically begged for a Namco Cup since Sega Cup, and they're giving it to us. Maybe, we got to look at it like glass half full. Next year, we'll have the game. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to speculate. This is complete speculation on my part, right? But this is the 20th anniversary of Tekken this year. And I'm thinking, like, if you're in Namco's position and you know that the game is not coming on a console this year, right? And you're trying to, like, approve getting all this money to give away, whatever. I think it's easier to say like it's part of our 20th anniversary than to say like, hey, Tekken 7's on console. Here's $100,000. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to it's our 20th anniversary. Let us give out $80,000. You know, I think that's easier to approve. So, I don't know how much that actually plays a part, but it's something that
still bad news though.
I mean, I'm just saying like because at least they're giving it back to some part of the Tekken community, whereas
that's true.
If next year it may not even be possible for them, right?
Yeah, my stance on it when we first talked about it, my stance on it was this is hella better than getting Snoop Dogg. This is way. Snoop Dogg cost $1 million, I heard. I don't know how true that is, but I heard he cost a shitload or something. 2 million, 10 million. I don't know how
the way
much
you talk about millions, we have no idea what you mean.
I don't know what I mean either, but he cost a lot. Snoop Dogg cost a lot of millions, you know? So, I mean, it's got to be more than 80,000, right? To get Snoop Dogg. It's got to be more than 80,000. So, I mean,
to get Snoop Dogg,
maybe it's just a lot. Maybe it's just a lot of weed. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, look. Either way, let's face it, internet. It sucks that we do have to look at it this way, but look at it this way. Let's be realistic. Historically, these motherfuckers paid Snoop Dogg to be in a game. Right? This is way better than that. At least we're gonna get some matches instead of a fucking music video with Fab in it and shit, right? Like, weak, right? I mean, super weak. So
it sucks that you called out Fab like that.
Well, whoever, Anakin, whoever, Valle, who is in that?
Yeah, there you
like,
go.
What kind of a clown circus show was that?
Yeah.
You know, like at least we're gonna get a grand finals. It's gonna be between two fucking Jing Jang boys, and they're gonna play, and they're gonna fucking show us quality Tekken, right? It's not gonna be some bullshit stage that's gonna just be whack forever, right? I mean, I don't know. See, like that's the thing. You gotta be optimistic, internet. I mean, like it could be fucking Ja Rule in Tekken 7 for all we know. So thankfully, that's not the case, at least yet.
I'm glad you're up to date with your rappers.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're up to date with your rappers.
Is that guy new? I remember.
Ja Rule, I don't think Ja Rule has been relevant since the first Rush Hour.
They made another Rush Hour? I'm just kidding. I know about that. I know about Rush Hour, man. I'm a big fan of Tucker. What's his name? Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah, Chris Tucker. He's the man. Anyway, that guy's hilarious. He's so funny. It's that look on his face, you know? And he yells really funny. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, whatever. Tournament.
Yeah, I mean the global tournament, dude. I mean, at least they're doing stuff. I mean, I was trying to think about why it even needs to be at Evo and get all this exposure at Evo, etc., and throw the money behind it at Evo. And I think it's just this is the year where the FGC is like really growing, and the game is out to arcades, and so some people in the world they're actually looking like, my game is out, and Evo has like $100,000 for this game, $50,000 for that game, $100,000 for that game, and Tekken's not even there, but like at least the game is there, and they can see that. Hey,
it seems
money for it,
you're right about that. It definitely seems as though this is like if you get erased right now. Soul Calibur is like, what's Soul Calibur, right? Virtua Fighter, never heard of it. DOA, don't even bring it up, right? You don't want Tekken to get that brain cloud over it. That like negative cloud that's always going to be, where is fucking Tekken 7? It must be Poverty City, right? So I presume that this whole Evo thing that they have going on is probably just to keep everyone in check and remind everyone, don't forget that Tekken 7 not only is a premier fighting game, but it has been all these fucking years. They always bring that up too. Harada and Michael Murray always say, like, all those years when Street Fighter was just shitting its pants with all these shitty ass fucking Capcom Fighting Evolutions and all these shitty games, we were bringing the heat, dude. We were bringing fucking Dark Resurrection, and we were bringing the heat. So you got to remember that too. I mean, all these years they were bringing the heat. They have kept Tekken relevant in a world where all other 3D games are totally irrelevant. No one's even heard of this shit. It's fucking ancient history, right? So you got to think about that too. As a Tekken fan, you have to at least consider the silver lining. There could be a there could be a Namco Cup 2016. There's no fucking Snoop Dogg at least, and they're keeping the game alive. Let's face it. Let's face the facts. The fucking game is on what's it called? Life control. What do they call that shit when you're in big trouble?
Life support.
It's life support.
Life control?
They're on life control right now, dude. I mean, this guy needs a
I've
transfusion.
fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, dude.
Life control.
You gotta do
press
what you
that
can
button.
to keep this motherfucker alive, you know? I mean, you got to, or else it's gonna be done. It's gonna be on life control, you know? Anyway,
Control.
whatever the fuck it's called, man, it's close enough.
Man.
Oh,
The point is that, you know, I feel like you could either have the attitude. It's funny. Look, internet, I love talking shit. You know me. I fucking love it. This video, Ask Charles. Ask Charles. I was crying when he headbutted this microphone.
Samme.
I was fucking boom. I was crying. I was dying laughing. But that doesn't mean, just because I like talking shit, doesn't mean that I'm not going to support something that we've been talking about how we want for years. It's just a little funky the way it's happening. The timing's a little shitty. But don't worry, you know, in a year or so, they're going to be doing all kinds of weird Ja Rule shit, and we're all going to be happy. So, you know, be cool. Be cool.
Yeah. One more thing
ahead. Go
about
ahead.
this anniversary tournament. They mentioned, I don't have the list of stuff in front of me, but they mentioned like other places that people might qualify from or something, right? But there was a special list. It was like 20th anniversary special list of players. And I was like, what the hell could this list be? And I was thinking it would be fucking tight if it was like people who are like OG, like Tekken Tag 1 Korean legend. What's his face?
Jang
Yeah,
Iksu.
Jang Iksu, you know, and like Bronson would be the
Jackler.
Tekken 4 national champ, you know, Chef would be the Tekken 6 national champ, whatever, you know,
Gross.
whatever. You know, stuff like that. Just, you know, people from like around the world who are like super whatever. Like, because they have said there is going to be a specialist invited, and I don't know what that is, and I'm interested.
A special list invited to the
The World
Namco
Tournament
Cup?
thing. Yeah.
Wow, cool.
And they also mentioned something about like a 3v3 format or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was more than that, more than what we initially saw or heard. You know, like
That's
there's
the
more
thing,
details.
you
about
know?
it.
Ah, man, that's the thing. So many people are pissed, and they made that big announcement, and everyone's frowning, but it's like, you don't want everyone to be frowning. You want everyone to kind of be like, yeah, but, you know, be cool, man. It'll be cool, you know? It'll be cool. It'll be cooler than Snoop Dogg. That's really what I gotta keep telling myself. Like, it'll be cooler than Snoop Dogg. At least we're gonna get good matches. We're gonna get a cool event, you know? It could be an annual thing, so... Speaking of Tekken in terms of competition and esports and shit like that, they had, let me see if I can find this shit. They had a Tekken Crash, which I was a huge fan of back in the day, and now they started it up again for Tekken 7. For those of you who don't know, Tekken Crash is like a TV show. It's kind of like an esports TV show with Korean chicks and all kinds of stuff. And it's really cool, and they did one already, which was so surprising. It was kind of like,
Yeah.
hey, are you watching it? Because it's on now. And I was streaming, so I turned it on while I was streaming. And you know, I thought it was really cool. I was kind of watching it on the side because there were some things about it that were weird. Like, for example, people were saying that they really preferred watching the Korean version because, first of all, it had Nin. Nin is a legend. Everyone likes hearing that shit. I mean, at this point, you can... Basically, if you're an old-school Tekken fan and you know about Tekken Crash, you don't need... You can listen to Korean commentary and you can understand it. Like, you know what Chopki... Yeah, Mamuri, Chopki, they Regisol, they always say that shit, you know, so... Exactly. That's a Korean dialect right there. You know? I mean, that's the thing. Like, people really liked the Korean one because of Nin. He's a legend, right? On the American one, they had Laugh, who he is a legend, but definitely not a Tekken legend. He's like a Itoki arcade stick kind of Korean liaison type of legend, right? But he was on there. He was doing his best to do the commentary for Tekken 7, and it was kind of, you know, kind of shitty. But he was trying his best, and I think, personally, I would have liked to have seen them take the American side. I mean, they're streaming it on Twitch, right? It's an American website, right? They should take the American side of Tekken Crash more seriously, I think. I would like to see them put more of an emphasis on getting some legitimate, you know, someone out there to make it a real production. Get Spooky out there, get a couple of commentators out there, and make this shit tight. You know, like they can have Nin on the Korean side. They can have. What if we did like a you know, like Min and another American? Nin's English sucks. It would be hilarious. You know, I just they could do a lot there.
Did you just say SWIP?
I don't
think
know.
he did.
Well, maybe I did. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's Korean as well.
Oh, okay, good.
So, they could do something. Like, they could do something with that. Tekken Crash,
Yeah.
it's a good idea, and the concept of it being on Twitch is a great idea, and the idea of them having an American stream and a Korean stream, also brilliant, brilliant ideas. It's just, we got to work on it. We got to iron that out. So
Yeah.
I think there is some potential here. And as you said, Rip, there's a lot of growth right now in the fighting game scene, and I think what they're trying to do with all this money and these 80,000 tournaments is they're trying to just fucking throw the harpoon out there and hope that it hooks on to something so Tekken can go along the ride of this whole growth and esports and shit. So we'll see what happens. There is promise right now. Tekken Crash is dope. Big national tournaments. Evo is gonna be cool. Should be good.
I mean, on the Tekken Crash topic, it was really funny because, we all thought it was going to be the same weekend as Evo, whatever, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh shit, it's on the internet right now, it's live, and there's an English stream, what the hell, you know what I mean? And it was all such a surprise. And apparently there were like the qualifiers or something for the actual tournament. So, and to give Laugh credit at least a little bit, like he was doing it by himself, which is really difficult.
Yeah.
But at the end, he said something like he had to have someone coming with them next time. So
nice.
it's less awkward obviously when you have someone to talk to. So that'll obviously help a little bit. But I agree with you. I think that they should really do it up American style.
Absolutely.
Well, I didn't watch it, but like, if Laugh was doing the commentary, was he doing it like kind of like alongside the Korean, like the way the Koreans do it?
You didn't even know there was a Korean stream if you were watching the American stream.
They did it live from in the studio. So Laugh was in the studio. He was upstairs, and they had a camera on him as well. So when the actual stream would go to the Korean commentators, it would then switch to Laugh on the American stream.
Okay, but like if you were watching, let's say you're watching both at the same time, right? Like right outside of that part, like did they show like everything the same way? Like if the camera went to the Korean girl on this one and went to the Korean girl on that one.
Yep.
I figure for Laugh especially, it'd be hard to do that just because that part of the production is mainly going to be geared towards the Korean side. So, they could probably queue up and tell Nin everything that he needs to know about what they're going to do. But, Laugh's kind of just, he's along for the ride, so he just has to kind of go with it.
So. This is going back to that ESL topic we had last week. It's one thing, we know it's hard, right? Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. But that doesn't mean shit, It's like, we know it's hard, but it doesn't mean, we can't talk shit when you suck, right? I mean, that's the bottom line. It's hard being a professional basketball player, but when these motherfuckers fuck up, there's GIFs all over the internet, right? I mean, that's the way it works. It's hard. Things are hard to do. Professional basketball player or anything, right? But if you're hired to do a job and you're not doing a great job, that's the way it works. Welcome to the fucking streets, man. I mean,
I'm not trying to make an excuse for it.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that because I've watched other like Korean or like the like a professional game or whatever, right? And they have both Korean and the American streamers or commentators or whatever. And the American commentators are really good, but it's like they also have to put in more work just because like if they do an interview with a player, they have to basically translate it themselves, because everything's in Korean, obviously, and so it's not geared towards them. So you have to hear them talking, translate yourself. So I can see, like what I'm saying is I don't think it's easy for them to gear the stream towards American viewers yet. I think give it some time, and I think they'll be able to work that out, especially because it's still early. So I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. As long as Laugh gets someone good to help him out, then he should be all right.
And I also hope that the just the idea of Tekken Crash takes off, because if you recall correctly, they had Tekken Busters for Tekken Tag 2, and that shit was a bust.
It was a buster?
Yeah, that didn't last very long at all. I mean,
was that the one with the fat DJ?
Yeah, dude. Remember the original Tekken Crash had like 7 or 8 seasons. I don't even remember how many seasons it had. Seasons, and Busters I think only had 1.
Yeah.
So,
well, as far as I've heard, which I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that Tekken Crash has 3 seasons.
But there you go. Okay, so we have 3 seasons ready to roll, and again, these are all promising. This is all promising good news for the Tekken scene. Sure, the game isn't out yet. Sure, it's not announced on console. Sure, I'm getting tired of being optimistic. But you gotta be optimistic.
That's it. I'm getting pessimistic. I'm tired of this optimism.
Yeah, it's starting to chafe, to be honest, all this optimism. So, what else? What else is going on?
Evo?
Dude, it's less than a week.
Oh god,
That's crazy, man.
I know. It's so crazy. We've all three of us are officially commentators, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, all three of us are commentators. They have a huge armada of commentators. I think the list is crazy across all the games. So hopefully everyone's gonna come together and bring you guys a great show. Those of you who can't be there, I think that it's gonna be a lot of fun every year. It's so crazy. It's not even about the games necessarily. It's just about everyone. That, you know, there are people that I see at Evo that I only see at Evo. They only exist in this weird universe where there's slot machines and people are drunk all the time. And oh, there's Tragic. You know, it's like, oh, what's up, man? I haven't seen you since last Evo. You know, and it's really like a sentimental time, at least for me, because, you know, I've been doing it for so long. It really reminds me of how I've aged and everyone else has aged, but I'm still doing this that I really enjoy doing. And things have changed too. Now I'm doing commentary for it, and it's like, you know, it's really interesting and cool to see how it's grown. So for me, I'm really excited. I mean, it's a week away. I'm feeling it in my butt every morning when I wake up. I'm excited. You know, good times, Evo. I hope to see everybody in the chat there. I tell you every time I go to a major, just make sure you're not weird. You know, you can even be weird. At this point, I've ran into so many people at majors. The last time I was at a tournament, some guy was like, hey, what's up, Ayers? How's your butthole? I was like, good, man. Thanks. You know, so at this point, my weird defenses are high. You know, but still, let's try and keep it moderately low. And everything will be cool. You know, my defense is high. You try to keep it low. We'll meet right in the middle. Evo's going to be sick.
Nice.
You guys, any thoughts on the tournament? Anything you'd like to bring up?
I think my pool is so bullshit. Go
Your
on.
pool? Jeez, you're a complainer like crazy.
Listen, okay, my pool had 5 international and Mr. Naps. They took out Mr. Naps. They swapped out one Japanese guy. They put in Pikosu and another Japanese guy. So now I've got 2 Japanese and a guy from Korea. So that makes 3 guys who've had access to the game for 4 months. That's all.
I feel like you having the nerve to complain about that right now is almost like, why did you even bother saying all that 0% talk earlier? What do you care about who's in your pool?
I'm not the one who says 0%. Ricky says 0%. I said I think that there's 2 people in top 8.
Hell no. Who the hell's gonna make top 8?
If I get out of my pool.
Okay, Rip and...
Rip. Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Naps, Incognito. I think they got a
Oh,
shot.
dude, trust me.
Chet
Incognito is gonna
This
get
frame
beat
James.
fuck
Chetty
down.
was fucking people up at SCR.
Chetty in Tekken 7 is scary as hell.
It's true.
Well,
because...
you know what's beating Chetty is the fact that he's not in the bracket. So get fucked,
Oh,
Chet.
Chetty got fucked.
Unless he has some Illuminati entrance, you know.
He can have my spot.
Because you know some guy named Just Stream James is in there with no flag. I wonder how that happened.
What does
No
that
flag.
mean?
Everyone that gets these random people get in and they don't represent any countries and they weren't originally in there.
The Outworld.
Mhm.
They rep the Outworld.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good shit. I'm amped up. Tekken 7, I don't think you really have to worry too much about your pools, Rip. I mean, no matter what, there's so many Asians
Well, they're probably
coming.
I don't think the pools are finally.
That's
in
another
anyway, so
thing. Yeah, I know for
I'm
a fact.
probably
the
gonna get
pools-
moved out.
Exactly. That's what I was
But
gonna
if not,
say.
fuck it, I'm gonna beat these guys anyway.
Do you remember last year? Do you remember last year? You were super butthurt about pools. You created
I did.
this. You remember that, right?
I was, yeah,
Yeah,
I was
okay.
because my pool was retarded last year too, and I have the same guy from Australia for my pool last year and my pool this year, so he's got screwed 2 years in a row now as well.
How is
Damn,
he
he
getting
got
screwed?
not you. He did.
Dude, I beat him last year. And I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You flew all the way over here. You lost me. This year you're gonna fly all the way over here and you might lose to me again. You know, like that sucks for you. I understand. There's a bunch of international. I don't know why they did that. I don't
What
know why
the
they
fuck
did
are
that.
you talking about?
I don't know
man?
why they did that when there's so many other pools that have nobody in them. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what he's
Australia,
talking about.
man.
He didn't explain himself before he started rambling.
Ricky understood it. I got it.
Yeah, I understood it.
Okay. Cool.
Well, what I'll say is everyone that wants to watch, there's gonna be hella streams, so you probably won't miss out on any game. If you like any game,
Right.
It's
That's what I
being
wanted to.
streamed.
That's what I wanted to bring up. So allegedly, every game at Evo has its own stream, right?
Yes.
The way they
Yes.
gave us the schedule for commentary, it showed the director and stream of the stream that we're doing commentary on, and it seemed like there were a shitload. Like there's gonna be a lot of streams coming out of Evo. So, you know, it's going to be a serious orchestration. I hope they got everything sorted out and, you know, they're prepared to bring the heat because that's
As
a
far
lot
as
of
I
tournaments.
As far as I can tell, I'm looking at the stream schedule. So there's Capcom Fighters, which is only going to stream on Friday, and that's it. That's a cool thing because they're going to be streaming 2 streams of Street Fighter 4. So there's going to be a winners and a losers side on that.
Nice.
And then if you want to follow every other's channel, it goes from SRK, EVO, 1 all the way to 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's sick.
Yeah, so you got to follow all those streams and Capcom Fighters to watch everything.
All of them.
You guys better have some good ass internet because there's gonna be a lot of
7 streams, tabs open at the same time. Cell phone quality, that shit. That's crazy, man. So
and Tekken will be on SRK Evo 5.
Okay, that's good info. Tekken will be on SRK Evo 5. What about Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter? Because those are the ones that I'm participating in.
All right, so Mortal Kombat will be on SRK Evo 1 is the main stage one. So that's gonna be that's
all games will end up there at some point.
Yeah, those are all the finals and all that. So that is Street Fighter and Capcom Fighters. That's all Friday. Those are gonna be Street Fighters. MKX is on. Damn. All right, SRK Evo 4. Oh yeah, forgot. MKX is only on Saturday. Yeah, so SRK Evo 4 is MKX.
So Evo 4.
No, actually MKX moves around.
Oh
so
god.
It's on SRK Evo 4, and then it moves over to SRK Evo 7 when it gets to quarterfinals.
Just follow all of them.
Yeah,
1 through 7 and Capcom Fighters. Follow all that shit, and then if you don't like what you see afterwards, unfollow that shit. Just like the pre-order for the fucking Street Fighter 5. We're gonna unfollow that shit when we're done. So, yeah, that's the strat. It's gonna be tight. I could feel it, dude. It's a week away. I'm amped up. I gotta buy new socks, though. That's gonna be a problem.
Speaking about the Street Fighter 5 beta, I don't think we mentioned it, but they said at Comic-Con that there's going to be 3 separate beta phases, and that they haven't announced when they will all be.
Awesome. That's cool.
So you might have to keep pre-order for a while before you cancel it.
Well, you could just pre-order again.
You mean separately as in different times?
Probably,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Because I remember they said with the first beta is that they're gonna have only 4 characters originally, and then release Cammy and Birdie like on the weekend, some shit.
Dope. I'm down.
So they're working on the DLC shit already.
Dude, that's gonna be crazy. Do they have a launch date for Street Fighter 5 yet?
I think it's March. I don't think there's an exact date.
March of 2016, next year, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. That game's really gonna come out before Tekken 7?
It's 8 months away, man.
Can't wait to drop Mortal Kombat.
I already did it, man. I already did it.
You dropped Mortal Kombat? What does that mean?
I mean, Predator came out. I didn't bother playing him because I'm like, what's the point of learning him now? Fucking, he's gonna be patched in 2 weeks.
He really is gonna be patched in 2 weeks. It's crazy.
Like, he's broken. All right,
you could tell that they're gonna mess with him.
Yeah.
Man, that's a bummer. those silly guys at NRS, man, they don't even realize what that does. Or maybe they do realize it and don't care. Like I said 2 weeks ago, it's like, you know, this patching is really kicking the game in its own nuts, you know?
Somebody said that, I think Sajam Steve told me that Ultra David retweeted a tweet where it says something that MKX already has had the same number of patches as Vanilla Street Fighter 4 to now.
That's crazy. It's true. Oh. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but it sounds true. I mean, there are so many patches in MK10. It's a 2-month-old game. It almost feels like MK10 isn't out yet. Let's wait for MK10 to come out. When's the launch date? When's the launch? When's the release date, Internet? You guys know the latest trailer? What the fuck, you know? But I mean, that's, you know, here's the thing, though. Again, let's be optimistic, right? This is the theme of the show, right? Some people really care about this game, right? And those people are going to be so butthurt at EVO. And that's why we're going to tune in to talk shit about these people. So, I mean, it's going to be exciting. The matches are going to be good. These guys are going to get wrecked. I think it's going to be exciting regardless of... I mean, they cleaned up Tanya, right? So my hopes are that we're going to see a diverse top 8. That's what I'm hoping for.
Also, related to MKX, ESL is this weekend. The $100,000 finale, $60,000 for first place. I think a lot of the players are already here on the West Coast. So I think that's like Perfect Legend, Sonic Fox, the commentators. I know they brought in Ketchman Mustard. So those guys are also gonna be at Evo. I don't know. I think Pick of the Hut's also competing. I don't know any of the other people.
Perfect
Check
Legend,
that
I
shit
think.
out.
This is an
Check that
offline event?
Offline
Oh,
event
cool.
on Saturday, which is 2 days away at noon, I think.
Really?
This is the one you called me about to see if we wanted to go and cosplay.
Oh, that's this Saturday, dude. We should go and cosplay.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you go and cosplay?
I think they give you a
Mickey?
free sandwich or some shit if you're a cosplayer.
What do you? What kind of sandwich?
Ah.
You got me there.
I don't know what kind of sandwich, but it sounds tantalizing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Jason mask, Jensen.
You can have a Jason mask with a beard.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty good.
That's what I'm
You
talking
should do that.
about. All right. So that's this Saturday. If you're interested in that, it's in Burbank. That's cool. What else? Anything else? Comic-Con
Tekken
this
7.
weekend. Tekken 7. So what's the deal with Tekken 7 at Comic-Con? Can you give us the scoop?
So today they set it up, they patched it to the latest version of the game.
Awesome.
So that's awesome. The patch notes that we just read on your website.
Yeah.
That version of the game, I saw them put the update in. I watched it update and everything else pretty cool. I tested it. Laws 4.3 does not jail anymore, so you can duck the second hit now. So
No
Law
one's still
sucks.
gonna duck it.
Yeah, no one's still gonna duck it. Dragon Tail is a little bit slower as well. Claudio seems cheap as hell.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. That character is fucking bullshit. Not garbage. He's bullshit. And right now there's 4 setups, and I think Mark said they could have up to 7. They just didn't know how long it was going to take to set everything up today. And so tomorrow and the next day, they probably will have more setups.
Oh,
and
nice.
if you're in the area, you do not need a Comic-Con badge. You just have to go. It's at the Hyatt. It's right next to the Comic-Con.
That's super sick. If you don't need a badge, that means check it out, dude. Play some Tekken.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So it's like 7 setups. Tomorrow they're also going to have a Tekken Tag 2 tournament there at I think 2 p.m. And they usually give out like an arcade stick or something for the winner, and it's usually second and third place prizes as well. So today they had a Marvel tournament. That was pretty cool. They gave away one of those Hori pads. I think the one that Ricky has.
Nice.
So yeah, they're always giving out stuff. Tekken 7 should have like 7 setups. It's gonna be more setups than you can find anywhere in Southern California.
Yeah.
It's also free to play there, so it's the only thing you have to pay for is your parking and shit, which is $40 at Comic.
Oh my god!
excellent.
$40 parking? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I mean,
You're making my penis soft over here. I can't believe you said that.
If you have the best strategy is to park in a different city and take the train in for like $5.
Speaking of playing, I don't even want to talk about that shit anymore. It sounds so crazy. $40 parking. At the convention center in LA, they charge you $25. That's the most I've seen. Like $30.
Like most of the parking there is permit only. You had to pre-order it online and
Get
shit.
the fuck
So
out
you
of
can't
here.
even park in the structures that I used to park in because now that's only permit only.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Holy macaroni. Okay, but what the fuck was I gonna bring up? You brought up all that.
Round 1.
Round one. So they allegedly, let me find this shit over here. I guess it's gonna be this one. Yeah. There are going to be Round 1 and Dave & Buster's locations across the United States. They're listed right over here. That are going to get location tests for Tekken 7. And word on the street is they're going to be up and running tomorrow?
Yes.
At least at the round 1
In Puente Hills.
in Puente Hills. That's what they're saying right now.
Do they know how many
I don't think
setups
that's
they're going to
like-
have per
They said at
location?
least 1. So I don't know what that means.
Well, duh. I mean, it can't be less than 1.
I'm saying
At
they
least
didn't even
one.
say,
Get the
however,
fuck outta
like
here.
as far as numbers go, that's what they said. They said at least 1.
Yeah, sick. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. That's cool, right? If you're in the area, definitely check that out. That's definitely closer. That's like 15 minutes away from me, and San Diego's like 3 hours. So, that's a lot easier to go. But then on the other hand, San Diego's free to play. But then on the other hand, you got to pay $40 out your bunghole to park your fucking car, and then God knows how far you got to walk. So, I don't know. I don't know about that. But on the topic, the legend Markman, who is basically responsible for being able to get the game into our hands as much as we can. It's funny because imagine if he wasn't around. What the fuck would we do? It would be like we haven't even heard of the game. We barely, like homing pigeons are getting to America telling us about, Tekken 7. No one would have played it. So, speaking of which, he's going to hook me up with a copy of Silent Hill 2. and I'm gonna be playing that soon. So thanks, Mark. I think I'm gonna figure out how to get it. Either Rip's gonna get it back to me or some shit. But Silent Hill 2 playthrough's coming up soon. What else are we forgetting?
They looked all upset when I told them you weren't coming. They said you know
Tomorrow?
you should not be a bitch, basically.
What are you talking about? Tomorrow?
Well, just in general to Comic-Con.
Yeah, let's go. I'm down. Drive me there. Are you down?
Maybe we'll talk about it later.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll go. I don't know. I'll try to go if it's possible.
I want to go to Comic-Con.
Why don't you
Come
go?
tomorrow. You're sick tomorrow for work.
Yeah, dude. Just
That's
tell them that you got a bunch of butt hash growing on your face and you got to call in.
I gotta smoke it.
Yeah, you
Shit
gotta
off my
smoke
face.
that butt hash. The dankest beard I've ever seen. Okay. Anything else? Anything else about anything that we're forgetting?
Well, I mean, this guy brought it. Something he says, "Why don't you talk about Mad Catz going bankrupt?"
I don't know about it. All I know is that it sounds like bogus, right? Do you know anything about it?
I mean, like, I read the article, whatever that was. I haven't talked to Mark about it yet. And basically, like, it was an article that said that there's some kind of payment was missed or something, and that unless Rock Band 4 stuff does well, then they're gonna go bankrupt. That's what the article was, right? Whatever,
I
from
don't
whatever
believe it.
little place. It wasn't like from something major either, right? It wasn't
Right,
some major
exactly.
location
Some
coming in.
fucking Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
operation.
And so, like, I mean, I think it as like whatever, because I mean, I know that they're publishing Rock Band 4, and I don't think that they've published something that large before. And since they make the instruments for it, I think it's probably a good business decision. I mean, obviously, it's riskier because being a publisher is always risky, but I don't think it's gonna actually go out of business just because of that. So,
Right.
wait and see. But I don't really believe in the article.
Yeah, me either. I don't even think it's worth bringing up. It's so fucking stupid, but
Yeah.
whatever. Game over with that. Give me a more credible source if you're going to make such a wild claim. I mean, that's such a wild claim.
Kpopstars.com is not a reliable
That's what I'm
source.
saying.
K-pop
Kpopstars.com. Are you serious? Is that even worth bringing up? I mean, the shittiest source on the planet, So, anyway, yeah. Flush that shit. Flush that shit.
Fluff it?
Yeah, fluff
Fluff
that
that shit. Oh my god.
All right, so before we go to bitches, you guys want to, plug all your butt hash?
Wait, did we talk about me joining Temple Storm last week? Was
Oh, shit. Internet. Okay, let's give you the opportunity. Give us the press release.
Press release. Temple Storm acquires new FGC manager, Rip,
Mm-hmm.
and also acquires 2 Smash players, Westballs and Axe. So basically, this team, Temple Storm, they're a sponsor of esports teams and stuff, and so they're finally adding an FGC team. They had Chris G already, but now they're fleshing it out to be more of a team with what's those guys? Those Smash guys I just named, Westballs and Axe, and so they need a manager to try to make sure all those guys are taken care of, etc. So
Damn, taken care of.
I do like
What's up?
Axe, though. Axe is cool because he plays Pikachu, and he had that really sick set last year at EVO. That's all I know him from.
Is it
Yeah.
TS?
TS is Tempo Storm.
Oh, really? Thought it was
Yeah.
Team Spooky.
Well, they must have came second.
Huh.
One
Cool.
of them.
Well, good job. Congrats, right? I mean, congrats are in order, right? I mean, that's something you announce. It must be. I mean, you don't announce some shit that you get condolences for, right? It's not
Yeah.
bad.
Thank you.
Good job.
Condolences.
Congrats. Yeah, give him some Harada faces, right?
Yeah, Harada faces.
Yeah.
Stop that shit.
Okay, cool. Good shit. Tempo Storm sounds good. Can you get into what that means? Like, are you guys gonna pick up some Tekken players?
No.
Oh.
That's it. That's the end of the story.
Okay, cool.
Rip is the only. Rip is the Tekken division in Temple Storm.
0%. 0%.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bummer.
I'm
But go ahead, since you're already on a roll. Let's see let's hear your credentials or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. You can check me out at Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook.com/levelupyourgame. I put out a bunch of Street Fighter 5 matches, which no one gives a shit about. I lost 40 subscribers on YouTube because I put out Street Fighter matches.
I unsubscribed.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I didn't.
Should have
Totally.
put 10 stuff up.
People have told me that you shouldn't really worry about losing.
Yeah. No, I don't usually even pay attention to it. I was talking to Sage M Steve about YouTube numbers, and I just randomly pulled it up. I was like, what the fuck? Why'd I lose subscribers? I was like, oh wait, that's the day I put up Street Fighter videos. So I'll definitely be sure to put up more Street Fighter videos, you bitches. Damn.
Damn. You bitches. All right. Well, Your bitch calling is already, you already fired it off. All of your YouTube subscribers. Okay, good shit. That's a good bitch calling. That's a good, I'm going to upload more, you
It's my
bitches.
YouTube subscribers.
I like that. I like that. Okay, Ricky, plug your stuff and then go right into your bitch calling if you can.
Oh, damn it. I wasn't ready for that point.
Okay, just plug your stuff then.
Follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Rick Steezy, RickSteezy, 3 E's. Especially follow me on Twitter because at Evo, I'm going to be using Periscope. You know, just like live streaming whatever I see.
Yeah, good idea.
So any dope ass match that I find off stream, I'll probably stream it for you guys. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, most likely I'll update it on Twitter so you guys will be able to watch it.
When you go live on Periscope, I've heard it updates through Twitter or something. So yeah, that sounds. You know what? A lot of people, including Ricky, have told me to get on that whole app. So I don't know. Maybe if I figure out how to use it, maybe I'll be periscoping myself taking a dump at Evo or something. It'll be tight.
The only thing to worry about is your data limit.
Yeah, that's the only deal. But you know, I'm willing to go over for you guys.
Damn.
Follow him.
Good shit.
Yeah.
I ain't willing to go over nothing. No way. I don't even like text messaging. Anyway, okay, yeah, make sure you follow him. Twitch, Rick Steezy, 3 E's. Do you have a bitch calling?
I guess Speed Kicks. That's the only person I can think
Wow.
of.
Why?
Because
I haven't heard of that guy in so long. I thought he disappeared.
I forgot which stream. I was watching someone stream Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was Markman. He was streaming Tekken 7, right? And and this was the day. This was like maybe like the day of the announcement, the Tekken announcement. And Speed Kicks was so butthurt. He basically just said "fuck Namco," and then he said all this other shit that was hilarious to me. He sounded like he had a salt shaker up his ass, and
Damn.
it was just like it was up his butt, and he just kept coughing out salt, and it was just like, calm down, bro. Like, it ain't that
Tom
serious.
Brady level. Speaking of Tom Brady, you know, he hit me up on Twitter and we talked about it briefly. He will be back soon. Apparently Tom Brady's got some stuff to get off his chest.
He's gonna be back at this show?
Yeah, hell yeah. He's welcome any day of any week. We better fire up the soundboard and prepare ourselves for some good shit. He's gonna bring the heat. So that'll be after Evo. But
that's the other thing too. Big 100, right?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to talk about. This is episode 89 of this podcast. 99 of this podcast. Next week is Evo, so we're not going to be able to have a podcast. I mean, unless there's a miracle. As of right now, I don't think it's going to happen because I'm still going to be traveling Thursday night. It probably won't happen. The week after Evo is going to be episode 100 of this podcast. I'm not sure. Wasn't Rip supposed to play the guitar for the intro, but then you dropped the guitar?
I did.
So you still got to play the guitar for the intro. That's one of the things you got to do.
I will play the guitar even if it's terrible.
Okay, good shit.
Sounds good.
Okay, so Rip's going to play the guitar. Maybe we'll get Brady on for episode 100. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure. It has to... I'll hit up Jop and Eddie Pistons, too. I'll see if we could get the band back together. Let's see if we're on a mission from God.
You should get freaking 20 guests and just cover the
Snoop
whole screen
Dogg.
with Skype cameras, dude.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's not... Maybe I could do something like that. I don't know. Chances are, I'm just going to cancel it. Episode 99 this is the last episode.
The next episode will be episode 101.
Yeah, exactly. I'll skip 100.
What you should do is you should look at episode 1 and then do that same layout.
Damn, that would be sick.
A throwback episode.
That's a good idea.
Let's just replay episode 1 as episode 100. See if anyone notices.
Damn, call-in show? That sounds crazy, too. We got to give out Charles's phone number, and everyone will call his phone. Sounds good. It's his idea, so we got to use his number.
Nice.
Anyway, my bitch calling, I got to say, I've been thinking about it. It's got to be Hideo Kojima. That guy is the king of bitches. That guy, I'm so glad that Harada is not a bitch like that guy. First of all, they put Kiefer Sutherland in for the voice of Snake, which really, to me, almost blows the whole game. It's game over, right? I had heard the news. It's old news, right? But I recently played Ground Zero a little bit, and man, that shit ruins my butt. Furthermore, Hideo Kojima cannot fucking play nice with whatever that shitty company is, and now they canceled PT, And I'm not happy about that either. So personally speaking, I'm not happy with Hideo Kojima. I think that there was a lot of potential there for these two huge games, not only for fans to be really happy, but also, you know, for making a shitload of money, right? Isn't that what they like? Money? So, I don't know. I think they fucked it up. I think that also Kiefer Sutherland is a bitch too. Who the fuck is Kiefer Sutherland? That guy is
Awesome.
Huh?
Jack Bauer?
That's what I'm talking about. Jack
That's
Bauer, that guy would be a washed up loser if 2021 or whatever didn't take off. That show was like, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He sucks.
Come on, man.
It was sick. It was like 8 seasons. It's still going on.
That guy
8.5
sucks.
seasons.
I hate his
Man.
guts. Are you
They're
telling
gonna bring
me
it back
that?
for another half season and a movie.
Come on, man.
You know, you're the reason why this is. I've brought this up many times. You also like Fast and the Furious. They have
I
7
can't
of
wait
those.
for the next one.
Yeah,
the next
fuck.
one, dude.
This-
It sucked in the middle, but then it got way better.
So, Kiefer Sutherland, Hideo Kojima, and Rip. All 3 of these guys could go fuck themselves.
You know,
They're all
everyone in the
bitches.
chat is blowing
3
you up,
legends.
saying that it's Konami and not Hideo Kojima.
Whoever it is, they need to work together. They need to play nice. I don't give a fuck. Okay, Konami too. Konami. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care who it is. I want David Hayter to be the voice of Snake, and I want PT. I don't give a fuck whose fault it is. I'm talking about the frustration here. I don't give a fuck. Who cares about that?
Okajami.
Who cares? I don't care about that. Anyway, internet.
Life control.
Life control. I'm gonna need to be on life control. I was like, what the fuck is life control? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I know what life control is. All right, you motherfuckers, we're out of here. Are you guys gonna stream anytime soon? I'm gonna stream soon, but I always stream soon.
You're streaming 24/7. What the hell, dude?
It's really not 24/7. It's more like 7 hours a day.
Ask everyone else. It's 12 hours a day.
12 hours a day. I'm just
It's
gonna
12
restream
hours
my
a day.
streams. Internet. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys, I guess, at Evo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys at Evo, Internet. Take
Don't
it
be
easy.
Later.